Hi, you guys. So I just want to add some value to you today. And one of the things I want to talk about is setting SMART goals. I don't know how many of you have set goals for the rest of 2017. I apologize if you can hear my son in the background. I am a mom, and that doesn't take away from what I know. So listen up, try to ignore any sounds in the background. For those of you that are parents and that work from home, you understand what I'm talking about. I do have a kid, but I want to talk to you specifically about setting SMART goals, okay? And over the next week, I'm going to be on every day to talk to you specifically about each part of that. If you would like to, hi Nefertiti, if you would like to get a free guide from me on how to do this, I do have a free guide which is in an ebook format that I can give you. So just post in the comments and let me know if you want something to work with as we are moving along. I might even be able to put it in the description of this video. But anyway, enough of that shenanigans. Okay, so what I want to talk to you about specifically is setting SMART goals. And over the course of a week, I'm going to cover every single space of this so that you can set goals for the rest of 2017. So that way when New Year's comes up, you're not like trying to frantically set a goal and then you don't accomplish it. Okay? So let's just talk about a big fat hairy goal, okay? A big fat hairy audacious goal of mine. When I went to the doctor last, they told me that I probably should start exercising. And to be totally honest, I totally need to do this. And I know I need to lose somewhere in the ballpark of 50 to 80 pounds. Now, for those of you that know me and have seen me in the last year, you know that I probably could benefit from that. I don't know how many of you can actually relate to this, where you start a goal and then you're basically working on that goal and then you get discouraged because things come up, like life happens. And just in this last month, we've had to evacuate because of a fire. I've had a lot of stress with family-related issues. My sister just passed. And so it's been really difficult to focus on my goals. And one of the things that I've struggled with is just really sticking with it. So I want to talk to you guys about a few things that you can do if you set a goal for the rest of 2017 so that you can stick with it, okay? So the first thing is set a goal that motivates you, okay? If it doesn't motivate you, you're not going to do it. And if it doesn't motivate you, then it's not going to be as important to you. So I want to talk to you about 3 things that you can use to make yourself do it. 3 things, and it's called leverage, and it's a specific type of leverage. It's called personal leverage. How many of you have kids? Hi, Jessica. Hi, Christopher. Hey, Chris, how you doing? So for those of you that have kids, that's leverage. If you think to yourself, okay, I know I need to do this because my kids are depending on me. My kids are relying on me to get this done. My kids need me to do this because if I don't do this, then X, Y, and Z is going to happen because I didn't do it. Okay? So, for instance, it's not an option whether you're going to go pick your kid up from school, right? It's not an option whether you're going to buy them school supplies. It's not an option, really, whether you're going to give them clothes on their back or a roof over their head. So by setting specific goals that is involving your children, like, hey, I need to do this because of my kids. I need to do this because they're relying on me. So that sets something that motivates you. Now, as far as my situation is concerned, that losing weight is motivating to me because I'll feel healthier, because I will be healthier. I'm not at risk for things like diabetes or any type of weight-related issues. And you know what? Honestly, that's all in my control. It's all in my control to not have those problems. And if I don't want to have those problems later, I need to do something now while I'm young and I'm able to do that. That's something that you need to think about as well. When you're setting a goal, you're young, you're able, and even if you're not young, at least you're able, right? So you need to think about that. Hey, Justin, so when you're setting goals, I want you to set a specific type of goal, okay? Now, the three types of leverage is family. I just talked about that. But then also community. Community is a big one. So if you see something going on in your community and you set a goal and you say, okay, I'm going to help some people in my community. I'm going to give back somehow. I'm going to donate to a charity. I'm going to, get rid of some things that I don't need, and I'm going to give it to someone else that could use it. Community. So helping your community is a type of leverage. Another type of leverage is humanity. And this is a big one, you guys. I mean, think about what's going on with Hurricane Harvey that just happened. Then you've got, the tsunamis that are happening around the world. And then you've got, things that are happening in Africa. And you've got just a lot of things going on globally with weather situations and whatnot that you can really help somebody in need. I was just thinking about this, if I really want to give back somehow, I could honestly help somebody in the Philippines. They just got destroyed in the, you know what I'm saying? They don't have as much as I do, and I know that I can help out in some way. And so setting a goal and really using your family or your community or humanity as a way to keep yourself accountable is a big deal. Okay, and I don't know what your goals are for the rest of 2017, but what I do know is that if you set a goal specifically with those three types of leverage in mind, then you really have a better chance of completing the goal. Hi, Stephanie, how you doing? Another thing that I want to talk to you about is SMART goals. For those of you that don't know what that SMART acronym is, SMART is specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. So they need to be those 5 things, and that's what I'm going to be covering over the course of this week, is just talking about how you can set those type of goals. And so a specific goal, you guys, a specific goal, if you're trying to complete something by the end of 2017, what you need to do is make sure that it is specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. And that means that you reverse engineer it. How much time are you actually going to need to do it? Really? You're probably not going to need as much time as you think. How many of you want to earn more money? How many of you would like to lose some weight? How many of you would like to, go to Disneyland or whatever it is that you're trying to do? Just set a specific time for when you are going to have the money saved, when you're going to have the things in place that you need. Now, I want to stress this, that when you don't have time on your side, you tend to move a lot faster. You tend to it lights a fire under your butt. So that SMART acronym is a great way to guide you. If you would like, I do have a guide that I can give you that I use for my clients all the time to help them set up their goals so that they have a guide, a literal guide where they can plug their information in. I ask you specific questions on what you need to do in order to get stuff done. I'm trying not to swear. I'm trying not to swear. Okay, so for those of you can see on my wall right here, it says obsessed. I'm obsessed with getting stuff done. I'm obsessed with success. And success means something different for every person. For you, it can mean spending more time with family and getting closer with those bonds. Or for some people, it could mean more money. For some people, it can mean making an impact in their community. For some people, it can mean, you know what? I want to be the best person that I can be so that I can help as many people as possible when I come in contact with them. So I don't really know what your goal is, but I want you to think of the outcome. What is it that you're trying to achieve? So if you have a specific thing that you're trying to achieve, you have to keep focused on that like white on rice. Look, let me tell you, look, how many of you have something that you want to do, but you're terrified of doing it? There's some things that it's just really scary to do. And what I want you to do when you have a big, giant goal like that, I want you to take that goal and I want you to break it down into steps. So if you want to make $50,000 in a year, what are some milestones that you can reach in between that time? Because if you're at like $2,500, $2,500, $3,000, $3,500 a month, you can't just jump from $3,500 to $50,000. There's some steps that you have to take in between that time. And so if you break it down, what are the specific things that you need to do? Do you need to make more phone calls? Do you need to, ask your employer, hey, what do I have to do? What qualities do you need to see in me in order for me to get more promotions, in order for me to get higher and climb the ladder? Okay? Those are some things that you can do to increase your income. If you have a specific weight goal in mind, how many times do you have to work out every week? How long do you have to work out every week? And I know for me, the average for an adult is 30 minutes a day for 3 times a week. And if I'm trying to lose 50 to 80 pounds, then I need to be working out 5 days a week. I need to be working out 5 days a week because I have more work to do than someone who's just trying to lose 20 pounds. So I know how to reverse engineer that. Okay? Now, the third thing that you absolutely must do is write it down. Write it down. Put it on the calendar. So you see right here, I have stuff written on my calendar. And I've just written it down because if I don't write it down and if I don't schedule it, it ain't happening. If it's not on my schedule, it's not happening. So what I want you to do is I want you to schedule it in here. So if you know that you want to work out 5 times a week or whatever, then I want you to write on your schedule so that you can visually see it. 30-minute workout, 15-minute workout, 30-minute workout, 15-minute workout, so on and so forth. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take a pen, and you're going to check mark that. Every day, check mark, I did that. And then if you didn't do it, be honest with yourself and maybe put a line through it and say something that you were going to make up for it or whatever. But I want you to be really careful about, not doing it and then be like, oh, I'll do it later. Procrastination is awful. I'm the worst when it comes to procrastination. But that's one of the things that will kill your goals. Like straight up, it'll stop you dead in your tracks. You just have to grit it out and get it done, because if you don't, you're just going to cause some problems for yourself. Now, one of the things that I want to mention is your self-talk, your self-chatter. That means the things that's going on in your head. What are you saying to yourself? Are you saying positive things to yourself? Are you having this connotation in your head like, you're not going to do that. You're not going to do it. Like, I can't believe you even said you were going to do it. What a joke. Like, don't talk to yourself like that. What you say in your head is going to make all the difference in the world about what you do, what you put into action. And understand that what you say to yourself holds emotional weight. So you have to use the right terms. Now, I have 2 terms that I want to mention to you that I think will really help you. When you are setting a goal, you want to say, I will complete this particular thing, or I will do this, or I will do that. I will. Okay? Because that's going to change the way that you are doing things. And then also, anything that you say after I am is true. Your brain does not know the difference between what is already real and what is just, something that you're planning to do. It doesn't know the difference. So literally, if you say, I am making $50,000 a year, I am reaching my goal, I am making this happen, I am doing the right things, I am making the right sales calls, or I am making the quota, or I will complete this goal by, I will do this. Not I might, not I'm thinking about it, not I think I could do it, I could have, should have, could have. None of that. Your language has to be very strong, and it has to be very specific, and it has to be very determined, and it has to be very clear. So one of the things that I know for me is when I don't set a time-bound goal, or when it's not very specific, I might say something like, oh, I need to do the laundry. Do you know the laundry doesn't get done? The laundry will not get done. I will not do it because I'll be like, oh, I'll get to it. I'm going to do the laundry today. And then it doesn't happen because all this time goes by. But if I say, I am going to do laundry by 1 o'clock today. Do you know it gets done by 1 o'clock? I am going to clean the living room by 2 o'clock today. Or I am going to make sure that I feed my son lunch at 12 o'clock Then I'm going to make a video by 2 o'clock, and then I'm going to make sure that I call the bank to set up whatever I need to set up by 4 o'clock because they close at 5. You know, and just really putting those time-bound goals on yourself is really going to give you some fire, to light a fire under your butt. Like, you got to get it done. Some people, like, they'll set a goal, but they didn't give themselves a time of when they were going to get it done, so they don't get it done. And then they shoot themselves in the foot. They beat themselves up. Like, see, you didn't get it done again. A whole nother day has gone by. Don't be so hard on yourself. Okay? I definitely think that you should try. Please try. But understand, stuff happens. You know, emergencies happen, stuff happens. And so if you don't get that goal complete, don't beat yourself up about it. Because what happens is, and this is something Tony Robbins taught me. For those of you that don't know who Tony Robbins is, he's one of the most world-renowned motivational speakers, business coaches, and everything like that. But what he said was, your belief about your potential affects the action that you take. And the action that you take affects your belief. It's a vicious, crazy 8 cycle of, if you beat yourself up and you say, you know what, see, you didn't do that, you didn't do this, and now look what happened. Instead of beating yourself up about it, say, you know what, next time I'm going to do that. Next time I'm going to do it by this time. Or next time I'm going to do better. Ooh, we got just a, oh my goodness, there's just a lot going on here. Thank you, Justin, for sharing the video. He says, I love what you're doing, Eve. Spot on and eloquent. Thank you. Hey, Jessica. She says, yes, she sure is. I so needed this. Thank you. Hey, Dre. So you guys, you know what? Another thing that I think that we don't do when we set goals, we don't make an action plan. What's your plan? How are you going to get it done? Okay, so here's the thing. If I say that I want to save $10,000, I want to save $10,000 by the end of 2018, then I need to reverse engineer that, okay? Let's just do some math. I'm going to do some math on my phone. If I said that I want to save $10,000 in 2018, okay, that means that every month I need to save $833. $833 divided by 4, that's $208 a week. So what do I need to do? What action do I need to take in order to earn that extra cash? Do I need to take a second job? Do I need to ask for a raise? What do I need to do in order to save that $10,000? Now here's the skip. There are some shortcuts to your goals, okay? I do have a child, so I get a tax return credit for him. So that's a way to add to the income. I also get a tax return. So that could easily cover like 2/3 of that. So really all I need to do is save $4,000 in the year. If I need to save $4,000 in the year, we divide that by 12, that's only $333 a month. That's doable. That is very doable, but you need to know your numbers, okay? If you're trying to do anything, you need to know, like, how much of it do you need to do? Like, where do you need to put some cards in place in order for that to happen? So making an action plan is really, honestly, what I do. And I'm not saying that you guys have to do this, but what I do is I start with the outcome. So what do I want the outcome to be? If I want to lose 50 to 80 pounds, that means that I need to work out no less than 3 days a week, but 5 days max, because I don't want to burn myself out, okay? That means that how much weight do I need to lose in, you know, whatever set amount of time. If I'm trying to lose 80 pounds and we say 6 months, that means I only need to lose 13 pounds a month. Guys, that's doable. I could do that. I could rock that. And guess what? I'm going to be up in some cute clothes. Just think of the outcome. Think about the feeling that you're going to have when you achieve that particular thing that you're trying to do. Think about how your family's going to feel about you. Think about how people are going to see you when you complete that. You know, I think that a lot of people think that the goal is so big and they don't even start. The last thing you need to do is quit. Don't quit. Keep going. Keep climbing that mountain. Keep going, because what's going to happen is once you achieve that and you get that feeling of achieving something and you're just like, man, that feels really good. I like that. I could get used to this feeling. It feels really good. And you guys, you know what? I totally understand because I I've I've climbed a lot of mountains. I've published a bunch of books, 4 books, guys. I've published 4 books. I got my master's. You guys, when I achieved that, I felt like I was on top of the world. You can do it. You can do it too. Like, I'm no different than you. I'm just obsessed. I'm obsessed with success. So I know that you can do it. And I hope that this brought some value to somebody. I just want you to focus on setting specific goals. Tomorrow, I'm going to tell you a little bit about how you can measure your goals and how you can really put some systems in place so that you know how to track it, so that it's not like stressful for you. If your goal is stressing you out, then it's probably not planned very well. And I'm going to show you tomorrow how you can do that. It'll probably be around the same time, but I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about how you can measure your goals and how you can set up some milestones so that you can do what it is that you're trying to do in a very short amount of time. Another thing that I learned from Tony Robbins is he said that, you know, you can take 80% of the stuff that you got to do and throw that out. If you got a to-do list, you really only should be focused on the 20% that's going to bring you the highest ROI or return on your investment. It's no different if you are dealing with household items or if you're dealing with running a business. It's no different. So tomorrow I'm going to show you how to do that. So if you would like to hear about that, tomorrow it'll be around like 3:30, 4, in between 3 and 4 is when I'm going to record that. And I'm going to give you some things that you can use to get your goals done and get them done fast and stick with it. Okay? So for those of you that would like to have the downloadable worksheet that goes along with this, go ahead and post in the comments and I will send that to you. And you can go ahead and fill this out as you're listening. Okay? Thank you so much for being here and for watching. There's a lot of people on there. Thank you, Jessica, for sharing it. But I know that if you use this, what I'm telling you, what I'm showing you, is really going to help you out. So the reason why I'm doing this is because I'm launching a social media management workshop, or not workshop, but Lord have mercy, can't even think. I am launching a social media management pro for business pages and for people that want to start businesses or that have a business and they're trying to get their social media stuff together. First of all, you need to set goals. Okay, so before this advanced training is even open, we're going to work on your goals. You got to have goals before you go in and buy something and be all over the place. Okay, so thank you guys for watching. I will be on tomorrow around the same time, in between 3 and 4 o'clock. If you can get on, great. I will leave the video up for you to see it, so just go ahead and be looking for that. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Much love, you guys, and make sure that you set SMART goals. Okay, bye.